Basketball is more than just a game. It's a reflection of the times and a mirror to society's ever-shifting values. What was once a sport for athletes has evolved into a global spectacle, where the lines between entertainment, business, and culture are increasingly blurred. The NBA in particular has become a platform for more than just competition. It's where stories are told, brands are built, and the game is redefined. As the league has grown, so too has the influence of the players themselves. What was once a team-focused sport has transformed into a player-driven league. Today, stars don't just play the game, they shape it. They dictate where they play, who they play with, and in many cases, how the league operates. What started as a simple game in a Massachusetts gym has become a global phenomenon. The NBA now stands as one of the most recognizable sports leagues in the world, with players like LeBron James, Stephen Curry, and Giannis Antetokounmpo becoming household names not just in America, but across continents. This rise isn't just about the league's international reach or record-breaking revenues. Internally, the NBA has changed just as much. The players, once seen as cogs in a larger system, have become powerful, influential, and in many cases bigger than the teams they play for. Player empowerment has reshaped the league's identity, giving athletes unprecedented control over their careers. But with all this growth, we have to ask, has this new era of power gone way too far? And has player empowerment, for all its benefits, ultimately hurt the NBA? In the early days of the NBA, players were primarily seen as components of a larger system. Franchises held significant control over player movements, salaries, and careers. The concept of free agency was virtually non-existent, and players had limited leverage in negotiations. This era was characterized by a clear hierarchy, with team owners and management making most decisions, often without much input from the athletes themselves. As the league grew in popularity and financial stature, players began to gain more influence. The 1976 ABA-NBA merger was a pivotal moment, leading to the establishment of the NBA Players Association as a recognized union. This development provided players with a collective voice, enabling them to negotiate better working conditions, salaries, and benefits. The 1980s and 1990s witnessed the emergence of Michael Jordan, whose impact transcended the basketball court. Jordan's marketability and success with the Chicago Bulls not only elevated the NBA's global profile, but also set a new standard for athlete branding and endorsement deals. His partnership with Nike led to the creation of the Air Jordan line, revolutionizing sports marketing and athlete endorsements. Jordan's influence demonstrated that players could be more than just athletes. They could be global icons and entrepreneurs. Building on the foundation laid by Jordan and others, the modern NBA has seen players exert unprecedented control over their careers. The introduction of the salary cap and collective bargaining agreements has provided players with more financial security and negotiating power than ever before. Superstars now have the ability to dictate their destinations through free agency and trade demands, leading to the formation of super teams. This shift has transformed the league into a player-driven entity, where individual decisions can significantly impact team dynamics and league narratives. As the league's financial standing has ballooned, so has the economic power of its players. The NBA's revenue reached approximately $10 billion in recent years, and player salaries have skyrocketed as a result. With the average player now earning over $8 million annually, it's clear that the economic boom has shifted the power balance within the league. But as players' financial stakes grow, so do the challenges related to competitive balance and the sustainability of this growth. Yet, the NBA is not without its growing pains. Practices like load management, where players rest to preserve their health, have sparked debate among fans and analysts. As fans are increasingly disappointed by the absence of star players from games, the league is seeing declined attendance and viewership. Meanwhile, the All-Star Game, once a marquee event, faces criticism for its diminished competitiveness and entertainment value. Adding to the growing tension, the rise of short-term contracts has made players more mobile and influential than ever, with 1- and 2-year deals becoming the norm, along with players' options and no-trade clauses. Teams are struggling to maintain roster stability. This player mobility, while empowering the athletes themselves, further complicates the league's balance of power and long-term planning. This has led to the concentration of talent in certain teams, such as the Phoenix Suns, with Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, and Devin Booker, creating disparities in team competitiveness. It's easy to see that without a superstar, teams often struggle to maintain fan engagement, underscoring the challenge of ensuring competitive balance across the league. But players aren't alone in this transformation. Beyond the athletes themselves, the evolving roles of media and agents have been pivotal in shaping the current landscape of player empowerment. The rise of social media has given players unprecedented control over their own narratives. Platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok enable athletes to directly connect with fans, promote their brands, and speak out on important issues. LeBron James, for example, has used this platform to influence public discourse not just about basketball, but also about social justice, politics, and other global matters. Through these tools, players now control how they're perceived, extending their influence far beyond the court. In parallel, agents have become key players in amplifying the power athletes hold over their careers. Figures like Rich Paul of Clutch Sports have fundamentally changed the way players approach negotiations. By securing player-friendly contracts, including max deals, no trade clauses, and shorter contract lengths, agents are not just representing athletes, they're positioning them as entrepreneurs capable of shaping their personal brands and legacies in ways never before possible. When we look at how player empowerment plays out in other sports, the NBA stands out as a true trailblazer. Unlike leagues like the NFL or the MLB, where player control remains more limited, the NBA has built a business model that allows athletes to become global icons. While European football also offers sustainable player autonomy, the NBA has raised the bar by aligning its league's success with the personal empowerment of its stars. As the NBA continues to evolve, the balance between player empowerment and the integrity of the game will remain a crucial challenge. While the league's financial success and global reach are undeniable, questions remain about whether such a model is sustainable in the long term. With players holding more control than ever before, the stakes have never been higher for the NBA's future. Ultimately, the direction the NBA takes will depend on how it manages this newfound power. Can the league continue to thrive while preserving its competitive balance, or will the very forces that propelled it to greatness begin to unravel the essence of the sport itself?
Killer.